He leads us all the way, playing proper football, the Sheff United way. Ale, 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 ale.
Hello and welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and anybody else who is joining me here today. This is the Sheff United Way match reaction, and we are reacting to a fantastic win, one that I did not see coming. I really thought we were going to struggle today, particularly when I saw the starting lineup, but that was a hell of a performance. That second half, Andre Brooks has scored an absolute worldy of a goal. It really is brilliant. Anybody who's not been able to see it, who's not been able to catch a highlight or anything yet, please do go and check out this goal, because Andre Brooks has scored a beauty worthy of winning any game of football, but absolutely massive that it has won that game of football for us today. It was an interesting game of football. I didn't enjoy that last half an hour. I feel like I've been stressed watching that. I felt as though we'd gone attack versus defense. Maybe we were too deep. Maybe we were inviting trouble, inviting them onto us. And so, just an overwhelming sense of relief comes at full time. That is a hell of a result. It is a massive victory. And I am so pleased that we've come out of this horrible 4-game run of fixtures over Christmas with all the injuries, with all the availability problems, some of the performance issues, 4 really difficult games, to end that with 3 points today. Absolutely brilliant. A fantastic effort from those lads. And I'm going to take you on a bit of a detour to explain quite how I was feeling coming into this game today, because obviously after Sunderland, felt like we had the stuffing kicked out of us a little bit. We knew we weren't getting any more players coming back to fitness. We knew we were going to be struggling. And so this morning I thought, right, take my mind off football. Me and my wife are going to go to the cinema. We did. We went to watch a film called We Live in Time. We Live in Time. And it was brilliant. Really good film. But it's a romance, and it's one of those, a little bit of a tearjerker, a bit of a soppy romance. And so I'd gone through there. I had a little cry. I'll be honest with you all. Had a little bit of a cry. And then I left the cinema, 2:00, and I saw United's team. And I thought all my tears were done. I thought they were finished when I was watching the film. And then I saw our lineup, started crying again almost immediately, because I was terrified going into this game. I really thought we were looking so short. I thought the injuries had bitten us. I thought particularly Moore dropping out. He's not been great in recent weeks. He really has struggled, but I still felt there was a big downgrade from him to One. But One has run his socks off today. I thought his hour, he really did contribute. He certainly did more in his hour than Brewster did after he'd come on. I thought he really made a statement for himself to say, actually, I deserve my place in this squad. I thought he was really good in terms of occupying those defenders. I think a lot of the first goal comes down to his work, but we'll get into that now. In fact, let's get into it now. Let's go through what happened in this game of football. And United actually started really brightly. I'd been terrified. I'd been worried. I've just gone through what I thought about the squad. And then 25 seconds in, we created a chance. And it was really nice play. It was Andre Brooks. He looked fresh. He looked quick. He got away straight away down that right wing, cut inside, whips across goal. And One just can't connect with it. But that was a real signal of intent from United. We really felt as though we wanted to start on the front foot. We wanted to put Thursday behind us and kick on today. We wanted to prove ourselves that we are one of the best teams in this division, and we wanted to stamp our authority on the game. 10 minutes in, we created another chance. This time it's Hamer, and Hamer, I'm really worried about his injury. We'll circle around to it, and we'll talk about that a lot as we go through the video. But him going off injured is a massive concern for me. I thought he was great today. I thought the interplay between him and Callum O'Hare was fantastic. But 10 minutes in, he creates a fantastic chance. He gets the ball in the middle of the park, sees the run in front of him, and plays a beautifully weighted through ball for Andre Brooks. Brooks, he doesn't make the most of it, takes it around the defender, but it's quite a tame finish. Really easy for the keeper to keep out. But it's just this interplay that United had started in this game. I was worried about that front four, but they were playing together so well. They were linking well. They were coming in and making movement. And we've not had that much movement, particularly, it's one of the complaints a lot of fans have had with Moore, which is there's not that much movement in behind. Today, we were seeing so many runs, so many players looking for the space. And it started so well, even just within 10 minutes. United then score a brilliant goal. The 1-0 goal, I've already waxed lyrical about how fantastic the goal was for the winner. But this first goal is beautiful, and it is Callum O'Hare doing something absolutely magical. United get the ball in the centre of the park. It's worked to Callum O'Hare. as O'Hare's moving towards the goal, One backs off and backs off and backs off. And to be honest with you, it felt like One was making a really bad movement. He was really just dragging a defender away, but he was not looking to get on the ball. But what his movement had done is dragged Sierralta to go all the way deep. He pulled Sierralta 5-10 yards behind the rest of their defensive line. And Harmer just walks into that space. He says, thank you very, very much. Porteous is not having a look at me at all. He thinks he's holding the line. I've got 10 yards to play in. It's a fantastically weighted pass from O'Hare. It really is a beauty. Hamer finishes it first time, 1-0, and a really, really nice goal. Really nice goal. We deserved to be ahead. We'd started fantastically, but we didn't continue fantastically for the rest of that first half. Watford equalised not long after. Jeremy and Ngakia, their right back, the one who got the goal. And I think I heard the commentator say that it was his first career goal, which feels typical coming against United. But this was one where we struggled on the wings all game. This was my one of my criticisms about the game, having watched it, was we really did struggle with both fullbacks against their wingers pressed really high. The pace, the power that they got getting in behind really did cause us problems. And the first goal comes from that. So Vata gets down the side and is being held up. He's got nowhere to go other than backwards. But Burrows doesn't track the run of his man coming in behind him. He lets him get behind, get a few yards. It's an easy ball from Vata to the winger who's getting towards the byline. He pulls it across goal and it's an empty net for Ngakia to tap into. And that was just... it felt like a continuation of Thursday. I was like, oh, defensively, it's a shambles again. We've lost Suter and we've also lost all of our organisation. We've lost that structure that we had to making sure the ball doesn't go in the back of our net, that we're tracking runners, that we're always there to make that last-ditch tackle. That looked to have left us. And when Watford scored, I was a bit concerned. I really thought they were going to start to punish us now. And they did create the next chance as well. Again, this time Gilchrist had come forward, lost the ball high. They got him behind him and Vata had chased it through one-on-one with Robinson. So he was one-on-one with Robinson. He was trying to create the chance. Robinson did brilliant to hold him back. No shot, couldn't get it off. And again, United, that almost woke us up a little bit. It felt like both wings had started to be exposed. We were struggling in behind, but we woke up then. Second half of the first half, that sort of last 20 minutes, we were then on top. We were starting to get forward. The only thing of note that really happened was that we nearly scored the most ridiculous goal. And I was ranting at the time. I said, United never get any luck. Nobody ever gives us any luck because they've passed the ball around their defence and we've pressed them perfectly. We've set a trap. They have fallen right into it. The defender plays an absolute hospital pass back to Backman. O'Hare chases him in. And as Backman tries to do a little bit of skill, he just tackles him. And it is rolling towards the net. And you think, oh, God, this is 2-1. What a way to get a second goal. We never have luck like this. And, of course, we didn't have luck like this as the ball just rolled wide, just past the post. We could have been 2-1. We could have been in there. We didn't. We didn't get it. We were unlucky. The other thing was that we picked up some bookings. So think it was Tom Davies gets booked and their player Imran Loser gets booked because there was a bit of handbags, a little bit of fun, you know. Sidney Peck obviously right in the centre of this one. He loves it. He can't wait to get involved. And it was nothing, pushing and shoving. Both teams get a booking. And yeah, that's the end of the first half. And it's 1-1. I thought United had played pretty well. I was frustrated at the defending, the fact that we'd given a goal away. But yeah, a decent performance, better than I was expecting with the squad that we had available to us, with the team we've been able to put out. And then we come out for the second half and nothing happens for quite a significant amount of time. It's quite a bitty game. Nobody's able to get the upper hand. It's played at a good pace and it's an entertaining watch, but there's not much going on. And then Andre Brooks scores an unbelievable goal. It really is a beauty. We win a free kick in the middle of the park. Tom Davies takes it quick into Harmer, who spins. Watford just have not got themselves organised. He tries to lay it into O'Hare. The ball's not quite right. They just about defend it away. Falls to Andre Brooks, 25 yards out. One touch onto his left foot. Bang, bottom corner. And it is an absolute peach. He could not have picked the ball up and put it anywhere better in that net because it's an absolute beauty of a goal. Really impressive, really good goal. Really happy to put us 2-1 up. And then from then on, the game becomes a little bit bitty from United's perspective. So One comes off and Brewster goes on. We've lost a little bit of energy up front. I didn't think Brewster... I thought defensively he was exceptional. He headed away some corners, some free kicks. He really did make a difference. And his energy and commitment to his defending, I thought was brilliant. So I do want to shout that out because I do get on Brewster's back a lot. Going forwards, he wasn't really contributing for us, but we were already ahead in the game. So maybe he was just managing the game state. Then, after an hour, Hamer goes off. And this really worried me. Hamer, it's off the ball. He's kicked a long ball clear. And then as he's moved forward, he's just put his hand up straight to the referee. I need to go off. He was obviously struggling. As soon as the game stops, he takes down his socks. He sits down on the turf and you just know he's going off. Now, the concern is that could be a muscle injury. I don't know what that is. It sounded like it wasn't too bad. He went and sat on the subs bench. He didn't go straight down the tunnel. So maybe that's positive news. Maybe I'm just clutching at straws. But we have to hope that Harmer isn't injured because he does make such a huge difference to us when he is on the pitch. United did then face a little bit of pressure because Watford did a sub themselves. We'd lost Harmer. We'd got Brewster on up front. They took off a centre-half, put on a striker, and really started to put the pressure on United from there. Cooper had to make 2-3 really big, important saves. And that came from us being exposed, particularly down our left side, because Quadro Bar, who was playing on the wing for Watford, just had the running of Burrows all day long. He was faster than him. He was more powerful than him. Burrows couldn't even foul him, never mind get the ball away from him. And you saw him trying 2 or 3 times. So they got a lot of chances coming down this left wing. They were knocking it back. There was one, he pulls back to the penalty spot. It's a free chance for one of their lads in the centre, but it's a good save from Cooper. They then get in again, knocking it down the line, trying to get a cross goal. And it's another good save from Cooper. He was making 2 or 3. But we saw it out. And we saw it out in the end relatively comfortably, because after a 5-minute period around sort of 70-75 where Cooper's making 2 or 3 really big saves, they didn't create much after that. They didn't create any more chances. Cooper's not making more saves. There was a lot of latch-dish defending, but that's very United. That's what we do, and it's what we do so well. And it did feel as though that second half, we got back into who we were earlier this season. We'd refound that identity of a team that wanted to defend and wanted to keep the ball out of our net. The only thing worth referencing towards the end of this game is I moaned earlier, United never get any luck. We've tackled the keeper, didn't even bobble in the corner. Where's our luck? When are we going to get some? We got some, and we got quite a bit towards the end of this game. The 91st minute, they've charged forward. They've just pumped a long ball into our box. Robinson's jumped up to head it. Burrows is stood next to him with his arms out wide like this. And, well, you know what's happened next. Robinson's flicked it on and it is clattered into Burrows' arm. In VAR in the Premier League, that they're giving a penalty. I think we've got away with it a little bit. There wasn't much that Burrows could have done. It's come at him very fast from not very far away. But I really think we've got away with one there. I think we've got that look that I was screaming for earlier in the game. But I think we deserved it. I think we earned that look today, because despite having a few tricky issues, we were strong, solid, and deserved that. United then actually had a couple of chances on the break. We maybe could have made it 3. There was one where Peck just couldn't quite reach it. And then there was a moment at the end, and we have to send our best to Bachmann in the Watford goal, because this was horrible to see, particularly how it happened and when it happened. It's a 96th minute. The game is pretty much done. United have pumped a long ball forward. McCallum's chased it down and just smashed a left-footed shot towards goal. And it's a fantastic effort, and he makes a good save, Bachmann. But it looks like as he saved it, he's gone down. His leg looks to have gone underneath him, and he's landed on it funny. He looked to be in a lot of pain. He really did seem to be struggling. I am worried that he could have broke his ankle, could have broke his foot. It looked a really, really nasty injury. So we do send all of our best to Bachmann in their net, because you just don't want to see that. But ultimately, yeah, a great win for United. We've not had too many games like this in recent weeks. You know, we've been under pressure from teams like Burnley, from Sunderland, even from West Brom, and we did concede when those moments were coming. Whereas today, we really did just set out our stall and see out that second half. We even moved to a 5 at the back for the last sort of 15, 20 minutes when Norrington Davis came on. And that, again, seemed to just calm us down, seemed to keep us in shape and make sure we weren't going to concede anything silly or make any silly mistakes. And I am buzzing with such a fantastic victory. Now, there are some players who deserve shout-outs, and maybe they've not been mentioned that much in terms of what happened in the game, because they didn't have the big moments such as scoring the goals, creating the chances. But Peck and Tom Davis were absolutely fantastic. I really thought they were exceptional, because the energy that they've used. Now, they've had to play just about every game since Boxing Day. They're playing 90 minutes week in, week out. Well, not even week in, day out at this point. They've looked tired in games. They've struggled sometimes. Peck particularly, obviously, had a really poor mistake against Sunderland. He'd really struggled in that game. To come back and put in this performance today was exceptional. I thought he was outstanding. I probably would give him my man of the match for the way that he's come out, taken responsibility, and just handled business today. He seemed to be everywhere for that last 20, 30 minutes. He was winning tackles in the middle. He was charging forward to try and get us on the break. He was coming out to the wings to try and win the ball. I thought he had a really, really good game. And Tom Davies, that lad, when he's fully fit, is going to be an absolute level above. He's going to be so, so good because his energy, some of the little touches. He got one at one point where the ball's gone to the wing, just flicked it over his head and run around Larouche, and Larouche's had to pull him down and foul him. He's driven us forward. It's his creativity with the quick free kick, which basically sets up the chance. And, you know, if we can call it a chance when Brooks has smacked it in from 30 yards. But his little bit of creativity, his play creates that space for Brooks to run into to unleash that effort. And I think those two have got a lot to say about the second half of our season. I think both could be brilliant. They obviously need somebody next to him. We need a physical presence. We need Vinny Souza to come back in and be as dominant as he has been. But those two really, really impressed me today. Thought they were excellent. I think they are probably the difference between United winning and losing that game because I thought both were outstanding. Now, let's come into some of your comments. And I'm going to start with one comment in particular because it's caught my eye immediately. And yeah, I love Hull City too, Jason. And for those who don't know why we love Hull City, it's because they scored a very, very late equaliser against Leeds United. That was a 3-3 draw. United have gained 2 points on Leeds today. That means the league table currently sits, I think it's Leeds on 53, Burnley on 52, United on 52. We are right in the mix. And given how these last 4 games have gone, given that we've played Burnley, we've played Sunderland away, we've not got to play Sunderland again. We've gone to Watford away. They've only lost 1 game at home so far this season. They've got I think it was the 3rd best record in the entire division at home. We've gone there and we've won that game. We've also played West Brom twice, another one of the best teams in this division. And we've got some really difficult games out of the way and we've not lost that much ground on anybody. Burnley, obviously, will say they're the big winners of the Christmas period, but we're still level with them. We're only 1 point behind Leeds. Yeah, I love Hull City today as well because that's a fantastic result for us. It's great to see them get that. But United had to do the business, and we did with another fantastic win. Let's see what Justin thinks. Some results, fair play to the whole squad over the last few weeks, given the injuries, played brilliantly and set ourselves up for the second half of the season. And that's exactly it because there's 20 games left? A little bit less? A little bit more, maybe. I think it's 20 games left. And we are set up so, so nicely. I've just gone through what the table looks like. And you've got to think that once our players get back fit, we've done this. We're in this position now after a really bad run of availability where we've missed Kiefer Moore for so much of the season. We've lost Harry Souttar for the season, lost Arblaster for the season. Vinny Souza's been in and out of the team over the last couple of months. This is Raksaki. What's happened to Raksaki? He's been out injured again for a number of weeks now. We are doing this with such a depleted squad. And yeah, we are perfectly set that when we get those players back fit and then when we bring in potential new signings, whoever they're going to be, I think that sets us up really nicely and puts us in a fantastic position going forward. Now, HJ wants to focus. Hamer injury is a worry. And that is, I have to hope that that's not too bad. It looked like potentially maybe just a little bit of muscle strain, maybe down the back of that calf. Got to hope that it's nothing more than that. The worry, of course, would be if he's pulled his calf, if he's done anything a little bit more serious to his knee. But I didn't think it looked too bad. He's walked off the pitch, walked all the way around the pitch to clap the United fans, sat on the subs bench. Hopefully that's a positive sign. Hopefully that means that he's not going to be out too long. But obviously we will have to wait and see what Wilder says, what everybody else says there. Matthias, what does Matthias think? Just put the under-16s out for the cup game. I bought my tickets the other day. New Year's Day it was. Bought my tickets, made sure I was going to be there. And yeah, just stick the kids out. I don't even want to watch a proper game. I'll go and watch the under-18s play and lose to Cardiff. That's fine because we can't afford any more injuries. We have to keep this team together now. We don't want to take any unnecessary risks. Give them a little bit of time off, a little bit of recovery. I think that is probably the most sensible way of us playing forwards. And some of these just excited. Come on, you red and white Wizards. I couldn't agree more. It's been a really hard run. And today really felt important, really felt big, really felt like a win that makes all the difference. And Matthias coming back in just to send his best to Bachmann. And I think we would all echo that because it's really important that obviously we don't want to see somebody get injured the way he has. He really looked to be struggling and we really don't want to see somebody getting seriously injured. Lee, Burnley plays Sunderland and Leeds. I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. That feels, again, this can all change in the next few weeks, but United have ridden a wave, ridden a difficult period, and really put ourselves forward. Chris thinks that One was better than Moore in terms of how Moore played against Sunderland to how One played today. And I'll be honest, I've said this at the start of the video. Really impressed with One today. I thought he run the lines well. I thought he put up a physical challenge against the centre halves in front of him. I think the difficulties that One has got is obviously still very, very young. And that means that his movement isn't always what it needs to be. Sometimes when the ball's coming into dangerous spaces, he's on his heels. He's not anticipating where it's going to go. He's not able to read the game in the way that you would want a senior striker to be able to do that. Did think it was probably his best performance for United. I'm not counting the Bristol City cameo because he did only play about 5 minutes. And they were a very good 5 minutes. But in terms of him starting a game and a full performance, thought he was impressive today. I think it's his movement which creates that first goal. But also, I do still think we saw that rawness that he's got in his game. And I would like to see how he can develop. I personally would like to see him go out on loan. I think that is probably the best thing for him to get him into a team where they're going to create him a few more chances, where he's going to be playing more regularly because he's not quite ready for this. But he was brilliant today and he definitely deserved it. Chris comes back in, definitely a penalty if they had VAR. And it was 100% a penalty if they had VAR. We did ride a little bit of luck there, but I think we've deserved that. I think we've earned that luck. Alessandro, Happy New Year. And this is, I said Happy New Year the other day when we were playing Sunderland, and I was miserable about it. I said a really bitter, Happy New Year, guys, I suppose. But today's Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody, because, yeah, that was a proper performance. I do agree it would have been nice to see Marsh get on the pitch, but I don't think we want to take those chances. In a game like today, when you're seeing it out, his energy, his excitement, his sort of youthful exuberance could have been great, could have driven us forward, but it could also have led to a mistake, could have destabilised us. I can see why we've not done that, but I certainly expect him to start on Thursday against Cardiff. I would very much like to see him doing more there. See that Hal's come in to say that I'm in the top 3 presenters on this channel. Well, that's high praise. I would say I'm probably 3rd. But we do our best. We do our best. Although, actually, Chad's Johan's favourite. And that's great because I don't think he was within the 3 that we were counting. It certainly wasn't within the 3 I was counting. And so that probably drops me down another couple of places. But no, I'm in a good mood today, Blades. A really great win. Thank you so much for your comments, for your thoughts. Thank you for coming on this ride with me because I thought that was a brilliant result today for United. I am absolutely buzzing about how that's gone on. And we will see you all again very, very soon when we are talking about our celebrations, when we are enjoying ourselves, when we're looking at, hopefully, a very successful second half of the season for United. Thank you again for joining me. Up the Blades.
He leads us all the way, playing proper football, the Sheff United way. Ale, ale, ale. Ale, ale, ale.